Hey guys, Fran here, back with another video. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Fran. I am the Miracle Manifester, and the purpose of this channel is to teach people how to live their best and grandest life, how to manifest it, how to attract it, and how to create it by using the tools that we have already been given and tapping into that power so that we can create and live our most fabulous and dynamic lives, because that's why we're here. And I also teach all things spiritual. Anything spiritual, all things spiritual, everything spiritual. So again, welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do so that you don't miss any updates. Send me a comment, an email, let me know what you think about this video, or if there's anything that you would like for me to teach in the future. So last week I did a video about your wallet, using your wallet to attract, and I also did a video about how maybe a week or so ago, about how I manifested money to take this trip. So after that, of course, I got a lot of emails about people saying, you know, Fran, I've tried this, I've done this, it's not working, or it's not working as quick as yours works, or am I missing something? I actually did another video and someone saw my vision board in the back, so I got a lot of questions about the vision board process and things like that. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about some of that today, and I might have to do a part 2 to this video because, as you know, your girl likes to talk. I love to teach, and I love when people get it even more importantly. So I might have to do 2 videos. So I got a lot of questions about the vision boards, and you can see that that's my current vision board behind me, and I am going to share with you guys my vision board process. So here's the thing about vision boards. A lot of times when people teach vision board classes, I've been teaching these classes for about 10 years now. I actually started doing what I call them dream boards. And I started doing dream boards about 15 years ago. And I learned how to do them with a friend of mine who was actually a minister at a spiritualist church that I was going to. And she was telling me about the process because at that time I was really trying to manifest some things in my life, and I couldn't get my mind wrapped around that process of being able to call in things. And so anyway, it was a long story short, I started doing the dream boards. And I started teaching them after I did them because I was so passionate about the process that I actually started teaching them and putting them into my intentional living classes. The thing about a dream board and a vision board is that you are putting things on there that really make you feel some kind of way when you see them. They should make you happy. They should make you smile. So this is my vision board from about 4 years ago. I don't know if you guys are really going to be able to see that because of the lighting, but I just want to show you guys some things about my board. So the first thing is that I always, and you probably won't be able to see me as much as you will see the board, but I want to explain the board because I feel like that's important. The first thing that I do with my board is I have either a scripture or something in the center of my board because I am a God girl, and I believe that everything that happens in our life starts with our connection and our faith and what we believe in. And if you don't believe in anything, then it's going to be hard to have something. You've got to believe in something. For me, I believe in God, so I always start with a scripture. And so on this particular board, my scripture was, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Psalms 23, verse 3. Now, I'm going to tell you why I use the Lord is my shepherd all the time, especially when I was starting to manifest and when I was really wanting to call things into my life quickly. Because if you just break this down, it's like, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It's really simple. God is your supplier. He supplies. He's your source. Everything you need, everything that you desire in life, God can give it to you. So you look to God as your source. A lot of times we want to look to people. We want to look to our job. We want to look to our man. We want to look to outside sources when really, when we're connected to the infinite source of all abundance, that is God. So I put God in the center, and then everything else falls in line with that. I always frame my vision boards because I keep them as a reference to things that are materializing in my life. But not only that, because I teach the classes, sometimes I travel with my boards, and I like to keep them looking nice and pretty. But you don't have to put them in this, but I do. Now, as you guys can see here, My girl Oprah's on the board. You see Oprah? What's up, Oprah? So here's the thing. Oprah is always on my board. Ever since I have started making a board, Oprah Winfrey has been on my board. And let me tell you why. I admire Oprah as a woman. I admire what she's done. I admire Oprah as a full-figure woman who has publicly shown that, yeah, I have some battles with this weight, but I'm still all good. Lots of reasons. So a lot of times when people see Oprah on your board, they think, oh, it's the money, it's the wealth, it's her, public success. But really, it's because Oprah's a warrior. And I love that. And so that is why Oprah Winfrey's on my board. So then I have my events. So I put actually a picture of teaching vision boards, which I now do all over the world. I put Iyanna on my board because Iyanna is an overcomer and she is dynamically powerful. Always have her on my board. There's been some years that Iyanna has not been on my board. Ilana, she's gonna get me. I'm not saying her name right. If you watch it, I'm sorry. Missy, she's on my board because of the power and the strength of her. I put her there. I also have Ellen DeGeneres on my board. I love Ellen because Ellen is who she is. She's very authentic. So when I look at Ellen on my board, it reminds me to be my authentic and true self, to be just who I am. Like, this is it. Take it or leave it. This is it. I can't do anything else. And so I have affirmations on my board. I'm not going to go through everything on this particular board, but I do want to point out some really important keys. So I have my affirmations on my board. I have what I wanted to do. I will teach, I will motivate, I will encourage, I will empower, I will uplift. I am God's vessel. So I always have my affirmations on my board so that when I'm looking at my board, I'm not just looking at pictures, because some days you get up and you look at your board and you're just like, none of this is happening. But if you have things on here that you can recite, your mantras, your affirmations, things like that, put them on your board. Put things on your board that make you feel empowered and make you feel good when you look at your board. I love to travel, so I have travel on my board. I have love on my board, fall in love with a good person, a great person, but not just a man, but loving relationships, period. So I have faith on my board. I'm a mom, so I want to feel good about being a mother, and I want to be still, a mom that is not just like, oh, I'm a mom now, so I can't look good, I can't feel good. So everything on this board represents something to me. Family, love my family, love having family vacations, being with my family, self-positive body images, eating right. Oh, this is from 2005, so here you go. 2015, so this is 3 years ago. So you've got that, and then you've got Super Soul Sunday, because I love Super Soul Sunday, and I want to be on Super Soul Sunday, so one day I'm going to be on Super Soul Sunday. And, I have that I will light up every room that I walk into. So I have everything that means something to me on this board. So let's talk about how you power your board after you create it. When you create your board, you cannot just put it up against your wall and then walk in and look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's cute. Oh yeah, I like that purse. I still want to have that. Yeah, I would like to go there. You have to actually spend time with your vision. You have to make your vision plain, and you have to spend time with your vision. You can't just put the pictures in it, put it in a pretty frame, decorate it with some glitter, because your girl likes glitter. Decorate it with some glitter, and then be like, okay, I'm waiting on it to come. You have to feel good when you look at that board. You have to believe that everything is possible on that board for you. So don't just go get pictures because you like the way they look, or you want to have that. If you don't believe that you can have it, don't put it on your board yet. Just wait, because you are defeating the purpose. Because every time you look at that board, you're gonna think, gosh, I really want that, but I don't know if that's possible. Put things on your board that you feel are possible and have faith. Every board I think I have has something on them about faith, because faith or belief, because I want to remind myself to believe for what I'm asking for. So I don't ever put pictures on my board that I don't think I can have. If I don't feel like I can have it, or if I feel like it's unobtainable in my conscious mind, then I just don't put it up there yet. But then you have to exercise that faith muscle and believe for what you're asking for and trust that it will come. So here's another board. This board was actually done, I think, after that board. And I travel with this board a lot when I teach. So this is a more simple board. And this board has the name of my business on it, Angels with Fran. I use this board for teaching purposes and because it's simple, and your boards don't have to be complicated. So you don't have to have, like a million things on a board. You really want to focus your boards down to 6-month increments. Most people do them for a year. I do them like every 6 months because I want to see what I accomplished. I want to take those things off, or if this is my 6-month board, I want to do another board in 6 months, because my goals may change, or some of the things I've already accomplished, so I need to get it off, right? I need to be thankful and say thank you, and keep it moving. So this board has the name of my company on it, and again, lots of dazzles and sparkles, because your girl's a dazzle and sparkle kind of blingy girl. So I always have that on there. Up here is a picture of me. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see, can you? Anyway, it's a picture of me with the very first book I wrote called Love According to the Angels. And probably a lot of you didn't even know I wrote a book. I have like 4 books. But anyway, I wanted my books to be in unity. And so I went to Unity, and after putting this up here, I was in Unity with my book and had someone take a picture of me. And so I put it up here, and I began to manifest and call in that my books would be in this Unity bookstore. And 2 weeks later, she called me, and they started selling my books. So I had manifested that. I put that there, and that was a very, very strong manifestation. It was a really, really very potent intention because I had went there, I had felt the bookstore, felt what it felt like. So I did all the work behind manifesting. So I also had good friends going out traveling, which I now do, celebrating the little things as well as the big things. I wanted to be a fearless, fun female, blah, blah, blah. That's me. This is me teaching with black hair. Old picture. I don't know if you guys can see that. But that's me teaching. Again, I have everybody on here that I admire. I have Oprah. I have Beyonce. Who doesn't admire? Beyonce, Oprah. You know they're going to be on everybody's board, right? Kerry Washington, Steve Harvey. This was an African-American doctor that had just got nominated for an award for being the first doctor to, I don't remember exactly what she did, but she was the first doctor to accomplish something. I was using this board to teach. I was teaching groups of women with this board. I put on here single men because a lot of the women wanted to attract relationships and romance. So I put single men on here, good looking men. I put lots of men on here for those that were seeking relationships. And then fitness, working out, releasing the weight, being happy and wealthy and whole. I put on here that my calendar, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that my calendar would be fully booked. And I think my calendar at that time was only booked for 1 year. Now my calendar's booked 3 years out. I put on here all about the travel because I love to travel and just to explore. And I put Delta on here, which I travel Delta all the time. Favorite airline in the world. My favorite airline in the world. And I just put all the places I wanted to travel. Then, of course, I have my God statement. God wants you to be happy. He also wants you to be healthy. Always something about faith on the boards. So I always keep my boards, again, so that I can go back and say, oh, well, that happened, that happened, that happened, that happened. Now, if all of this is overwhelming you and it's too much for you, let's simplify it a little bit. When I first started doing boards, I did them by color. Let's talk about the color coding charts here. I don't know if you guys can see that. See, I usually don't use all these props, so you have to let me know what y'all think about this video. But I'm trying to use the props so you guys can have a visual here. All right, so if you really are just focusing on money, you want to bring money in your life, and that is your primary concern right now is money. then you want to get a green piece of paper, just like a green piece of construction paper, you know, like your kids use. And you can put your money goals on it. You can put, you know, I attract lavish amounts of money daily in the center. Or I would probably put God is my source in the center, because that's how I look at money. Like, God is the source of my money. So therefore, I'm not going to look to people for it. I look to God for it. So you put your statement in the middle, and then you could do things like put money pictures of a purse full of money, a wallet full of money, anything that represents lavish amounts of money to you. Put it on there. With these, the reason that I like, all my papers hitting the floor, y'all, but the reason that I like these construction sheets of paper for individual goals is because you can carry them with you. You can take them with you everywhere you go. You just fold it in half, put it in your wallet. Well, you can't put it in your wallet, it's too big. But you just fold it in half, and you can put it in your day runner, day planner. You can even make a little book out of it, right? And you could say, my money goals, or my money vision board, or whatever you want. Get creative. When I first started doing these, and I was carrying them in half, and I was carrying them in my agenda planner, it was just like, these are the things, no, wait a minute. When I was carrying them in my agenda planner, I would say, every day, my first page said, every day I am attracting lavish amounts of wealth. God is my source. And I had pictures of money on here. But then I opened it up, and then I'd have mantras on this side, and pictures on this side, and then pictures on this side. And then I would do, I am rich, I am, whatever the case may be. I would do that also in the mantra side, just so that I would have that. And it was so wonderful, because if I was sitting in the waiting room at the doctor's, or if I was waiting on my son or daughter in the car, whatever the case may be, if I had a moment, I would pull this puppy out, and I would be going down my list. So you use green for money, you use pink or red. Can you see that? Pink or red for love, relationships, to, you know, stir up relationships. You can use orange for your business. You can use, let's see, okay. You use green for money, pink for love, orange for your business, yellow for your health, and I will leave that down below in the link below. And you can also find all of that on my website. All right, so this video has gone really long about vision boards, because I love vision boards. I do want to say one more thing about creating and using the vision board and using visuals and things to create your life. It is very important that when you are choosing pictures or things or words, you want to choose words and pictures that make you feel good. You don't want to get a picture of somebody who has a great relationship and your relationship is struggling, and every time you look at that relationship, you think, gosh, my relationship is struggling. Instead, what I would suggest is that you get a picture of two people that you love together, that you love to see together, so that when you see them, you're just like, wow, they are a great couple, because they're going to bring a smile to your face. And at that point, they're going to have you vibrating and radiating at a higher frequency. Just like words, if you can't get with I am, because you feel like you're not telling the truth to yourself, or your mind's not ready to believe that yet, what you do is you start using words like money, rich, love, health, peace, harmony, protected, guidance. Start just using words, because what happens is that your subconscious will begin to lock those words in, and when they hear them, they'll begin to bring them to you. Also, what I want to talk about in the creating process with pictures and visualization is this. At night before you go to bed, when you are in a sleepy state, your subconscious is working, right? And we know that the subconscious mind is connected to the God mind, the higher consciousness, the Christ consciousness. Everything that goes into your subconscious manifests, right? So as you go to bed, you may want to look at your vision board. You know, you may have your vision board in your bedroom or in your sacred place in your home. You may want to go and spend 5 to 7 minutes, and really all you need is 5 to 7 minutes a day. Don't make it like I got to do this for 15 minutes every day. Don't do that, because then you're going to look at it as a chore, and it won't be fun for you. So therefore, it's not going to yield the results you want it to yield. So 5 to 7 minutes. So at night, 5 to 7 minutes a day. So at night, if you're doing your sheet, or if you have your vision board, just go and stand in front of your board, or have your board by your bed, or your paper by your bed, and just look at it. And just really look at it and fall in love with everything on that board. Like, this is just so great. This is going to be my life. And as you go to sleep, say, I am so thankful for my great and grandest life. I am so thankful for my life. Because as you begin to say those words, as you're falling into your sleepiness, your conscious man, which is the doorkeeper that says, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That ego mind says, that ain't going to happen, is rested and relaxed. So you're feeding that subconscious mind all the good things. And sometimes you'll notice that if you do that before you go to sleep, you'll wake up with an idea, or you'll wake up with a message, or something will happen that next day that you thought about that night when you were going to sleep. You'll be like, oh my God, that was quick. You've got to do things to draw and attract the things that you want. It is a process, but it doesn't have to be work, and it does not have to be hard. All right, guys, I will make a part 2 to this video, but I just wanted to get the vision board part out so you guys can start working on that. Let me know what you think about this video. Make sure you leave some comments and like this, and share it with somebody that you think might need it. All right, thank you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.